Hello and welcome to ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's number one sports sub, your trusted cricket source. We are just one sleep away from the all important Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh three-match ODI series in Dhaka. So the first match begins on the 23rd of May. To discuss every possibility of the teams and the combinations and everything related to the first match, I have got Farveez Maharoof, former Sri Lankan cricketer. Farveez, good to have you on the show. First of all, this first game to draw the first blood is very important, isn't it?
Definitely leading up to any bilateral series, the first game is very important both the teams, and also considering the fact that Bangladesh and Sri Lanka leading up to this series, they haven't been doing that well when it comes to one day international. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's a bottom of the ICC table clash, and it's all important, as we all know. It's very important few months for Sri Lanka for those 2023 50 over World Cup automatic places. So a lot to play for. So all eyes are on for tomorrow's game. First game, as you said, very important, and especially playing Bangladesh in Bangladesh at the Sher Bangla Stadium, which is like a fortress for Bangladesh, is never easy. So we know Sri Lankans have to play their socks off to win this series, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, all eyes will be on the Sri Lankan captain and the vice captain, new leadership group. Maha, you've worked with them at Candy Tuskers. What do you make of Kusal Janith and Kusal Mendis as captain and vice captain?
I saw them briefly in franchise cricket. I mean, it's a total different game when it comes to international cricket. So, and even I'm looking forward how are those two boys, are going to take that baton of leadership of the nation. So, I mean, Kusal Pera and Kusal Mendis, two different characters. Kusal Pera, hardly speaks when he's in the field. He does his homework prior to the game with the team meetings and such strategies meetings and everything. Kusal Mendes is more of a vocal character in the field. So two different dimensions. I think it's ideal combination for Sri Lanka cricket going forward. So overall, it's a new start for them. It's a new start for Sri Lanka cricket, as we all know. There's a lot of changes happen with so many senior players has been omitted from this particular squad. So overall, it's a new beginning for the entire setup.
Yes, we spoke about new beginnings. Now, Maha, let's dive right into the Sri Lankan playing 11 now. Kushal Janith have said that he'll keep wickets. So, you see him opening the batting with Danushka Gunatilaka. Niroshan Dikwal made 80 odd in the practice game, the intra squad game. Do you see him slotting into the side ahead of someone like Patum Nissanka?
I think overall, if Kusal Pera, I would like to see him open the batting. I mean, that's where he's at his best. He likes the ball coming into the bat, especially loves to, you know, face the fast bowlers, to say the least. So I think, if Kusal Pera opens, I mean, if he plays, I mean, whenever he plays, he has to open, in my opinion. And Danush Gunatilaka in the concluded series against West Indies saw we saw how good he is with the fast bowling as well. So those two has to come up in the opening slots. His number three position in the last series was filled by Pathum Nissanka, but overall, as you said, Dikwella also has been fighting for that number three spot, or maybe the opening slot. So I reckon Pathum Nissanka, Dikwella, there's a tussle between there who's going to be the number three. So I reckon Kusal and Danushka to open. Pathum Nissanka will get another go ahead. Especially, I mean, if you consider the longevity, the continuity in international cricket, I think Pathum Nissanka deserves another go. Dikwella, unfortunately, he misses out for me purely because we could only have three out of those four good players in the top order. And when it comes to middle order, I think it's going to be Kusal Mendes at number four, Dhananjay Disil at five, and Ashin Bandar at six. So that will be my top six.
You told your top six, number seven and number eight, Farveez. Now we have Dasun Shanak also in the mix, but we saw Vanidu Hasaranga as a number seven playing really well. Do you see both of them slotting into the team? Obviously, Vanidu Hasaranga is a definite starter, but will he be pushed to number eight to accommodate Dasun Shanak at number seven?
Now, I think number six with another all-rounder slotting in, we're having so much bowling options, whereas we need batting options as well. And Ashen Bandar is ideally suitable for number six position, especially in Bangladesh, because a lot of spinners in operation in Bangladesh, and also Ashen being a player who's very busy, making those singles and turning those singles into twos. And he plays a reverse sweep, he plays a sock sweep, he plays a conventional sweep. So I think Ashen Bandar, especially in the last series, he scored some runs as well, and yesterday at the practice game. So I reckon Ashen has to bat at number six. So I don't think I will ever compromise the top six. Any team should have six batters in any format, and then out of the top six, you've got to have if you have a bowler who could bowl, that's a bonus. So we have that in luxury in Dhananjay De Silva. So I reckon that should be the top six when it comes to batting. Dasun Chanaka for me with Tisra Perera's retirement need to give a extended run at number seven, being that all rounder. And so, in my opinion, Dasun will bat at seven, bowl a few overs, and then Wanindu Asaranga at number eight, purely as an all rounder. Dasun Janaka goes as an all rounder, but he's more of a batting all rounder. If he gives those 5 overs, I think Sri Lanka will have that luxury of having bowling option. And Wanindu Asaranga, obviously, he's one of our leading spinners, so he will bowl his 10 overs. He's a real threat for the Bangladeshis. So I reckon Wanindu Asaranga at number eight, two fast bowlers, and the number 11 would be another genuine spinner in the playing 11.
Who do you see being picked as the two steamers? Maha? We have Dushmanta Chamira, Isuna. We saw Chamika Karnala picking up few wickets in the practice. We have Binura Fernando, who's a very exciting left arm seamer. Fernando, plenty of options.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many newcomers coming in. I believe you need experience as well. So I reckon Dushman Chamira is a definite starter for me. He'll probably bat at number 10. And the other fast bowler with the experience, needing experience, especially in Asian conditions, also to bowl those death overs. I reckon Isrudan will get the go ahead on top of Asita Fernando and Brindo Fernando. I mean, in case Isrudan doesn't make the 11, it's going to be tough work for Asita and Brindo Fernando being such inexperienced bowling death overs as well, because death overs, we've been struggling a lot in one day cricket for the last few years with Lasith Malinga's exit. So I reckon Isrudana will play as a seam bowler, batting at number 9. That will strengthen our batting as well even more. Dushman Chamir at 10. Number 11 position, it's a bit of a tough one. Akila Dhananjay and Lakshan Sandakan, I mean, preferable. But where you see the options, you got about I think three left-handers in top six of Bangladesh team. So you need a off spinner. Whereas some might argue Dhananjay De Silva can do that job as well, so that you could fill Lakshan Sandakan at number 11, bringing that mistiness. So that's a bit of a dilemma that the think tank should think of, playing Akila or Lakshan Sandakan. So in my opinion, if Lakshan Sandakan is in form, if he's bowling well, he should play. But Lakshan Sandakan, we know, when on his day, he could be a real wicket taker for you. So you got to play him, in my opinion. But Akila Dhananjay, I'm not writing him off as well. We know his capabilities. We know his past records as well. So it's an interesting battle when it comes to the solitary spin bowling role, batting at number 11. So that I'm not. I'll go at the moment. It's Lakshan Sandakan, and the two quicks, as I said, it's in my opinion should be Dushman Shamira and Isrudan.
Here you go. Farveez Maharoof has stated his preferable 11 for the first ODI. Let's wait and see how things stand. If your probably you can also comment for us on the papare.com. Farveez, let's talk about the Bangladesh team experience players. Shakibul Hasan coming back, Mustafizur Rehman, then Mahamudullah, Tamim Iqbal, plenty of options for them in the top order experience. How do you see that?
I think they will play a similar setup to us. They will play probably six batters, couple of all-rounders in the middle, and three genuine fast bowlers. So I reckon Tamim Iqbal will definitely open with Liton Das. Number three most probably would be Shakib Al Hasan. I mean, not most probably. I think Tamim Iqbal did mention in the press conference that Shakib will bat at number three. So that's Shakib's. I think that's where Shakib's best set at. And number four, I reckon it's going to be Mushfiqur Rahim. Number five, probably Soumya Sarkar. And number six, you got Mahmudullah, who's a genuine finisher for Bangladesh for such a long time. And you need experience in one day international cricket. So I reckon Mahmudullah will start at number six. And then you got Mehdi Hassan Miraz and Mehdi Hassan, the two off spinners. Mehdi Hassan Miraz is a bowling all rounder, and Mehdi Hassan is a batting all rounder who bowls a bit of off spin. So those two guys will, in my opinion, will bat at number seven and eight. And then you got Safiuddin, the fast bowling all rounder for Bangladesh, with that at number nine. And the two quicks, in my opinion, would be Taskin Ahmad and Mustafizur Rahman, completing that 11.
Now we've spoken about the two teams and everything. Maha, you've played a lot of cricket at Shere Bangla. Now it's a day-night game. Will the dew play a part, and how are conditions there are in Bangladesh generally, and the pitch?
Generally, Shere Bangla Stadium is a good batting wicket, and also it depends on when it comes to dew. I know for a fact, especially playing in BPL as well as league cricket in Bangladesh, come late October till about end of January, early February, because of that winter period, there's a lot of dew, especially in day-night matches, and a lot of fog. But this being a peak summer, I'm not too sure how it's going to play when it comes to day-night cricket. I mean, if it's in the daytime, if it's very humid and very warm and less breeze, there's a big chance of there's going to be dew. So dew will play a big role. If there is dew in Bangladesh, it comes down really a lot of dew. It's not going to be easy for the bowlers to grip that ball. So I reckon that's some condition that the think tank should consider when it comes to whether to bat or bowl first. So, it's a bit of a dilemma. I'm sure that, leading up to the one day match tomorrow, today the national team will be, beg your pardon, both the teams will be, having a day night session just to see, how other conditions are. So I'm pretty sure they will be keeping a close eye on the dew factor, because that can be a huge factor for both the teams.
Of course, it will be an interesting battle. Plenty of people will be having a keen eye on this series. This is a part of the ICC Cricket World Cup Super League. Sri Lanka currently 12th place team, and Bangladesh currently number 6 in rankings. All these teams are down the ladder. Thank you very much for joining with us. We will hope to hear from you again after the first match ahead of the second game. So, thank you very much for joining.
Cheers, Damith. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Stay logged on to the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, as bringing related the Sri Lanka tour of Bangladesh as the Lions take on the Tigers in 3-match ODI series.
For premium content and exclusive member benefits, subscribe to ThePapare.com today.